Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on this July 23rd, 2025. Well, I guess the news story out there, as far as the weather's concerned, is the fact we got more cloud cover than what was expected. And actually, that's a good thing. That's a blessing because it's really giving us a nice little break. We'll call it a break here from the summertime heat because it looks like it's going to be coming back at us in a very big way. You got to check out my updated numbers here on the 7-day forecast. Now, before we get going, if you haven't liked this page yet here on the Talking Live channel, make sure you hit that like button here on Facebook and give Lamar some little support, okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a look right now at the Chattanooga Zoo as we do have some clouds out there. There's some peaks of sunshine, but generally a mostly cloudy day all here across not only East Tennessee, but a lot of North Georgia as well here for this afternoon. And we're seeing over here toward Lake Chattooga as well. Definitely a cloudy day. Still warm outside, but just not that oppressive heat that's impacting a big chunk of the middle portion of the country right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at those heat advisories. Look, everything's been kind of shunted this way thanks to that easterly flow blowing in here. So extreme heat advisories here from basically New Orleans all the way up, heading up to the Mississippi River Valley there. And you can see the heat advisories here just off toward our west. And it's going to be coming back at us, folks. Don't joke yourself out that we're not going to see more of this. That's definitely coming our way. That's for sure. Now, we are seeing a general thunderstorm threat here for today. No severe weather to be concerned of. It'll be isolated at best for today. Also for tomorrow. And then rain chances may come just a little bit, but boy, they're really going to dry out as that temperatures start to soar going into early next week. Now, we are seeing a few showers here down near the Rome area. Notice these showers are moving from, as I was telling you yesterday, from the east moving westward. And again, we might see a few of these spotty across Chattanooga and portions of North Georgia here for this afternoon. So they'll be spotty. And they'll be spotty again heading for tomorrow as well. The other thing we're kind of watching here is out in the tropics. This is actually was the Invest last week that did a little loop-de-loop. It's coming back around and showing only about a 10% chance of developing in the Gulf. I'm not really worried about this. I think this is also enhancing a little bit of the cloud cover here coming in across Georgia here. I really can't even see much of this thing, but it's supposed to kind of cross into the Gulf. We got other clouds out there with some thunderstorms as well. But again, I don't expect this to be a player just yet. I don't think we're going to be seeing our D storm, at least not imminent in the next 7 days. All right, let's go look at the surface map here. Again, here's that stationary boundary there, seeing some of the scattered showers here south of Metro Atlanta. Look at it. Hartsville-Jackson only sitting at 79 degrees. It's still 88 degrees here in Chattanooga, so despite the cloud cover, it's still warm out there, but again, not that oppressive heat. Look at these temperatures already here in the mid-90s here just after the 1 o'clock hour, so just getting an idea, we are getting a nice little break here with that easterly wind. We're not going to complain, that's for sure. So again, looking at the forecast model here, okay, now going into Thursday, I think we're going to see just a scattered shower or threat. It'll be very isolated, I think, for the most part here as this thing's looping on through here. So for the rest of the afternoon, again, you got a spotty shower or two here on your Wednesday. And then for Thursday, right now I've only got about 20% chance going into Thursday. Friday, it comes up a little bit better, but for tomorrow, again, it's going to be very isolated, very spotty at best here as we go throughout the day heading in for tomorrow. Now, what does that mean for the upcoming weekend? Let's go ahead and check about that. Let's go ahead and look at your forecast maps here from our partners and friends at the National Weather Service office. We'll go ahead and take a look at the forecast maps here for the next week. Make sure you watch that little timestamp there up top as we kind of watch again. We got that high pressure and control going into Thursday. So again, we've got that what's left of this little wedge in here. Look at that old boundary right in there. So again, we're going to be seeing fairly decent weather for tomorrow. I think we'll see a little more sunshine than what we're seeing today, but going to see more sunshine. Then as we go into the upcoming week, going into Saturday, well, it looks like we're going to see the scattered storm threat coming at us. Looks like the highest rain chance is going to be really down here along the Gulf Coast here as we go into this upcoming weekend. So if you're planning to get that last getaway to the beaches, just plan accordingly for those thunderstorms. And looks like it starts to let up on Sunday. Sunday looks like the better of the 2 days this weekend along the Gulf Coast. Let's get, again, scattered thunderstorms there into Sunday. But boy, going into next week, notice the green really shrinks there across the southeast. We're going to be seeing the heat really start to build here across the southeastern portion of the United States here. So get ready for the extreme heat here. There could be some areas in the south getting close to the century mark across the south. We're going to be flirting with it in Chattanooga. And looking at Wednesday, also looking a bit on the dry side as well. So again, you got this cold front coming on in here. We'll see if it sneaks down and kind of enhance our rain chance going into maybe Thursday or Friday next week. But for the meantime, rain chances outside of maybe Friday and Saturday are going to become pretty limited here as far as the next 7 days are concerned. So let's go and look at your forecast here for tomorrow. Going to call for more sunshine for tomorrow. So looking at 93 and 72, 20% chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm as the model was showing there for tomorrow. Now, morning lows tonight will be a degree or two cooler out there. That's because of that easterly to southeasterly wind across our area. Notice over into North Carolina, mid-60s. That feels pretty good. Even into the North Georgia mountains, we'll see some mid-60s there because of that easterly wind there. Daytime highs tomorrow start to rebound here, seeing the 90s back in here. We had a bit of a respite today, a lot of areas in the 80s for today. We'll see the 90s sneaking back in here for tomorrow, and that's just a preview of things to come. It's going to get even hotter. We're going to see a lot more purple on that map. Look at the 98s here out here across Memphis and Nashville, 96 in Jackson. Rainy and stormy along the Gulf Coast because of that tropical disturbance riding along the Gulf Coast there. Looking at 90 in Atlanta, 86 up into Asheville. All right, here goes the 7-day forecast. This is what I don't think y'all want to see this, but here we go. 92, 93, got 40% chance of rain right through the weekend. 94, 97, 98, 98. I got upper 90s now forecasting ahead for next week. So needless to say, it's as early as possibly Sunday, depending on how the humidity levels are doing, we're going to see the return of those heat advisories in earnest coming our way. And like I always like to remind folks, when it starts getting that hot and that humid, the air conditioning systems really have to put in a lot of extra time to kind of cool you off. So there's things you can do from a preventive maintenance status to kind of help you out there. That means changing out your air filters in the air conditioner. You haven't done it in a while, check on that and make sure that your intakes on the outside units are clear. No grass or debris around it. They got to be able to breathe. You can hose it off a little bit. Make sure the system can breathe effectively so your air conditioner is not really, struggling to keep you cool. So do that. As you know, we're definitely in the dog days of summer. Today's the peak of it's really kind of the peak of the dog days of summer right now. And looks like we're just going to deal with this intense heat going into next week. I think once we get past Wednesday, it'll start backing off. But in the meantime, it's just going to be plenty hot going into the next week. All right, that's y'all's forecast for today. Again, I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Make sure you hit that like button here on the Talking Live Broadcast channel Facebook page. And while you're at it, you can always check on me over at the North Georgia Majestic Weather Center forecast page there. And you can always message me as well at the North Georgia Majestic Weather as well on Facebook. And I'm more than happy to answer your questions. All right, that's y'all's update for now. You guys take it easy. Be good, stay safe. And we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.